You remember we took the third brake light off of its factory position over the rear tire in order to get more visibility out the back, because that brake light combined with this big motor, which could actually be down here and keep you more open space for view, it's just really obstructive, and we wanted the open space, so we took that off. But the law is you got to have a third brake light, so we moved it up here. You can get these online at eTrailer.com, most anywhere. You can grab them in any store. And they just screw in. They got a 2 or 3 wire connector, LED based, and so this one has a wire internal to the top running down and comes to where your 2 connectors are here. Second thing is, well, now when you pull your top off, you don't have this one, so you need a second brake light inside. Now, turns out there is after much suffering and experimentation, read the manual. Looked at the fuse box diagram actually, and found that there is a dedicated third brake light circuit. And when you open your gate up, you'll find that there's on the original factory, there's a flexible conduit coming along here with some clips in probably these 2 holes, and then the wires come in order to feed the guy up here that we cut off. So when you take this out, you can fold it up inside and you have it to work with, and it's not in your way when you want to take your gate on and off. So we've hooked everything to that circuit in order to have a light up above inside, and the one here, you can have them both come on, either one depending on what you got set up where, and I'll show you how we did that after we get the top off. So we've pulled the top off the Jeep to show you how we got the wires for this light to where it's easy. So come on in here and you're going to see that typically you have your 2 connections right here for your washer up here. One's the communication to it, one's the water supply to it. We simply added a third one, and that's the wire that we ran through this hollow chamber up through here to this light right here. So we just drilled a hole through the top right here found the center where the wires wanted to come out. You drilled a hole, fed your wires through. Easy way to do it is just go get a full wire coat hanger, bend the tip. We took it in that hole, we bent it to the curve to follow all the way through. We fed it inside all the way around till it came out down there, and we taped our wire or just a pull string to it. And just make sure you really put a lot of electrical tape and smooth this out so it doesn't get hung up. It needs to be smooth. And we just pulled it on through to get it to the hole. I can't remember, we may have gone to the hole here first, and then from there on around, doesn't matter. Very simple. These are the wires you can see that come to this light, and they simply come on around to this connector. So when you put this on top of your Jeep, when you're hooking all 3 of these up, you just plug that into the current, and I'll show you where that came from for the light. When the top's off, you still got to have a third brake light, which we took off. So I have a second one right here. A million ways to do this too. Some of you may still have your ergonomic coating inside your Jeep covering this bar. You can just stick this under it. You could stick it on the face of it. You could drill it to it. And I'll show you how we got the wires there. And basically what we did was we took and spliced into the wire that comes off that third brake light, and we did 2 forks to it, and on each one there's a plug. So if you have the top on, you can have them both plugged in and they both come on. You can't see this one, which is why you need the one when you have the top on. When the top's off, this one still comes on, so you're legal. This is how small it could be on the back of the top if you wanted it to be. Doesn't matter. The connection is over here. So when this third brake light, when you cut it off and you pull this cable, the one that used to run out on the door is right here. I'd simply pulled a lot of the casing off. Actually, these are your little clips. This was inside the door. I just brought it around, put it up here, because this is where I wanted to make my connections. So it had a nice little clip and then a wire that used to run to the third brake light. So I cut that off so I'd still have their clip. And into that wire I spliced my 2. This one is my new cable. It unconnects like this. Buy those any auto store, trailer connections, 2 I put a red on each side just so I can see where it comes apart. This one goes to your upper. Then I came up close and I used the little blue Scotch connects, and I put 2 wires in, got a new piece of this cable cover, took it down to the floorboard, ran it across under the carpet and everything, and over to the other side, right to this corner, where these connect to the hardtop. This one's your water connector for the wiper that's on the rear window. This is your communication for the wiper on the rear window. This is our third one that we added into the same location, and that's just a 2 connection for a trailer, and that carries the electric signal from the dedicated third brake light circuit that we moved off the rear to here. When you put the top on, you plug in here, and your outside light on the back of your top is connected. When you take your top off, not connected. The one up here still works. So, and should you ever change your mind, since I didn't cut it off and left it, the one for the rear tailgate is still there, so you could run it back to the tailgate should somebody decide they want to put the third brake, buy a new bracket and put the third brake light back up on top. But this little setup let me get rid of the backup light that was over the tire, have one for when the top is off to keep me legal, and have one on the top here for when the top is on. And again, I went with a great big huge one here just to really shock the people behind me and make them notice and get off their phone. So that's the story of our third brake light modification.